Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Wherever you are, good morning. Wherever you're reading this or seeing this, good morning, good morning. I'm waiting for people's comment, man. I'm waiting for people to say good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? How are you doing today? Saturday morning is a blessed morning. We're blessed to see this morning. Hope you're well. Hope you slept well. Hope you had a great night. And hope you didn't do too much yesterday. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing, man? I'm reading comments, so yes. Please, please, please. Tell me what's up. Tell me how you're doing in the comment section. Oh, someone just sent me a message that how I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not doing too bad. I'm a bit tired. I had a long week. And yesterday I still had to do some extra things in terms of session and stuff. But yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you guys? What's happening? What's happening? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to IMTD 20. I meant to shout right now. Welcome to IMTD 20. It's going to be, trust me, today is packed. I don't even know what to say about it. It's raining in Abuja. Sorry, I need to reply comments. Oh, sorry, bro. Hope you're safe. Please stay indoors. Drink tea, hot tea. You understand? Cover up, you know. Yeah, I'm just reading comments. But yeah, like I said, welcome to IMTD 20. This is the first time we're having it online. For everyone that knows, we always have it annually in Nigeria every year, you know. And it grew bigger from 2016 when it started. 2017, you know, we had like 3 venues. 2018, we had a proper tour. You know, we toured 5 cities in Nigeria, you know, and I'm sure many people were there. And 2019, we also had a tour. And now 2020, you know, God had better plans, and this happened, and we had to make it virtual. So this is the first time we're having it virtually, and I'm so glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being a part of this. It's 9 a.m. I'm even shocked that people are here, because normally in Nigeria, nobody wants to see this. Sorry, I need to read comments again. Drink quality tea. Yes. Make sure that tea is quality. Please, the H is very, very key. Streaming from rehearsals. Oh, how's rehearsals going, Tolu? What rehearsals are you? Oh, man, you must be making a lot of money to be at rehearsals right now. But yeah, yes, I can't wait for us to jump into this today. And okay, so sorry, my people are talking to me right now, and they said I should remind you guys to use the hashtag IMTD20, so you can please tweet it on Twitter, put it on your Instagram stories. Take a screenshot. Wait, let me pause small. Yeah, that should be fine. Take a screenshot of me and write IMTD20 clinic. We're ready. Use the hashtag IMTD20 on Instagram, Twitter. You can even see on Facebook, man. We just want to see people, you know, talk about it, you know, buzz about it. Thank you guys for being a part of it. My name remains Dami. Some people call me Dami Alabi of Zion. Some people call me D4C. Some people call me Zion Boy. But yeah, thank you for being a part of it. So don't let me waste your time. We're going straight into it. Straight into it. Sorry, I don't know how to do presenting job. But yeah, so yeah, we're going straight into it in a bit. Just let me read comments now. Okpoluwa Babalola, I'm buzzing. How are you? What's the meaning of buzzing? If you can explain that, I don't mind. How are you? Yeah. So quick one, I'm going to mention it after this event, but there's going to be a giveaway session live on Instagram this evening. You please follow me on Instagram and follow It's More Than Drumming on Instagram. Mine is at Dami Alabi of Zion. There's going to be a giveaway session, like we're giving away a lot of stuff. Drumsticks to drum bags, to drum mallets, to drum brush, to drum heads, to what have you, to money safe. You know, we have some people that, you know, that have said they want to bless people this year. So we're giving away a lot of stuff this evening. Join us live on IMTD. It's Modern Drumming page or my page this evening. I think it's going to be around 7 or 8, but I'll put it up on my story and IMTD story when it's about to happen. Yeah, brief one. I just want to talk about today quick before we bring the people in. Today we're going to have HiteeSticks. HiteeSticks is a drummer, producer, arranger all the way from Nigeria. In fact, based in Ilorin. But to me, IT is one of the most recorded musicians from Nigeria. And you will know why in a bit, don't worry. IT has got a lot to share with you guys today. And especially it came from the power of seeing you guys like comment or mention that, oh, how do you guys make your drums sound this clean? How do you do this? And this year we just want to help everybody. So we just want to show you guys how to get it done. So there's Haiti on it. There's Siji Ewedemi. Some people call him Bomi. He's the CEO of Tune Up Pro, and he's my brother, literally. We work on sessions together. He's a producer, arranger, keyboard player, music director, video editor, programmer. He's everything, literally. So he's on it today, and there's no better person to bring on it than the person that I actually learned so many things from in terms of session and live playing. So he's going to be here today to show you guys stuff that he showed me, and I just hope you can take it. There's going to be a special guest. This was like last minute, but man, I was glad to have him on board. His name is, I call him Uncle Dio. Uncle Dio is the official sound man for Tiwa Savage. He has worked with, let me just try and read his biography for you guys, so you guys should know that today we're not playing. So he's worked with Tasha Cobbs, Sinach, Dietrich Haddon, Israel Houghton, Vashon Mitchell, Phil Thompson, Michael Stampley, Nico Simu, Michelle Williams, to Grammy Award-winning Kofi, Whiskey, Tenny, Dibanj, Yemi Alade, Mike Aremu, Jesse J, Adekunle Gold, Simi, Brian Mo, Tim Godfrey, Akon, the composers, called out music, Jesse Nelson, Nathaniel Bassi, Two-Face, Governor, Wande Cole, Malik Berry, oh God. Let me just stop there. So this man literally has worked with every single person you know. And there's one particular one that you guys can relate with is the intro to Davido's show that he did in the UK, the Sold Out show, the one with the composers that went viral, that everybody was like, ah, yeah, he was the sound man behind that. So he's coming live on here today. And he's just going to share a little bit of what he knows and some tips for us as musicians. Please pay attention, man. It's not easy to have people like that here. So before we go right into it, I also want to talk about should I call them sponsors or supporters for today? We have Tune Up Pro, we have Grace Kemi Productions, we have Josh Alaki, I don't know what you want to call yourself. And we have my drum companies. We have Boss for Us, Code Drumheads, and Cosmic. We also have Sticks and Snares from Nigeria. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Yeah, if I remember. Oh, we have Zion Breed. That's what I'm wearing. We have Zion Breed today. And yeah, I just had to do that, you know. Obviously, made the money complete. I beg, no vex. So right now, I'm going to get out of your face. I've been talking for too long. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to use the hashtag IMTD20. And I'm going to be passing over this mic. Like I'm going to be tossing it all the way to Africa. I'm not going to do it in front of you, but it's going to happen now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome HiteeSticks.
Hi, this is HiteeSticks, and welcome to It's Modern Drumming 2020, the virtual version. I'm a recording drummer from Ilorin, Nigeria, and I work full-time recording drums from here. I've been recording drums for about 3 years now, and I've had lots of experience working with different artists from all over the world and different music producers. I've even recorded drums for non-musical uses, you know. So I've gathered lots of experience recording drums across different genres and different musical textures. I've had to gather lots of experience with interpreting from people that are not in your culture, So I'm going to be telling you some of my, the way I work. I'm going to show you my workflow from when I get a song to how I interpret the song to how I make my drums ready to how I mic the drums to how I get the whole thing done, and how I do it very quickly. So I'm going to be showing you all of this in this session. Stay with me. Hi there. This is HiteeSticks here again. You're welcome back. So, I'm gonna show you my kit. I record using a PDP DW custom Maple X7 series. It's actually a 7-piece drums. 7-piece in the sense that it has 4 toms. It has 5 toms. I have an 8-inch tom, I have a 10-inch tom, I have a 12-inch tom, I have a 14-inch floor tom, and a 16-inch floor tom. And then, of course, it has a snare, bass drum that makes it 7 pieces. So, I'm endorsed to Murad the Real cymbals. These cymbals were designed for me. Some of them are dark, some are not so dark, but all of them are very fat cymbals in that they spread out well. When I selected them, that was what I wanted to achieve. And then I have a snare drum, a Mapex and Black Panther 12x7 snare drum. This snare drum pretty much is what I use for most of my recordings. And for my mics, I use the Shure SM57. For my snare top, I use the Shure Beta 57A. For my snare bottom, I use the Audix mics, Audix D2s and Audix D6 for my rack toms and floor toms respectively. I use the Blue Encore 300 condenser mic for my hi-hat. For my kick, I use the AKG D112 MK2 mic. And then for my overheads, I use the AKG C1000 pencil condenser microphones. So then for my room mic, you can't see where the room mic is right now. For my room mic, I use the Bluebird microphone. It's a condenser large diaphragm microphone. It's very good for vocals. Has a crisp high end, and yeah, that's what I use. And then for my interface, all these mics, everything is connected straight. This is always rough because of the cables and all. Everything is connected straight to this mixer. This is a Behringer X18 digital mixer. It's 18 channels, so it can actually take in 18 channels at once. And then they are all routed to my computer using the protocol by which the mixer uses to route multi-tracks is the USB protocol, USB 2.0. Some other interfaces could have Thunderbolt as their protocol, or Firewire as their protocol, or even USB Type-C as their protocol. But this one uses the USB 2.0, which many of you know as the printer cable. And then I route it here, and then the computer maps out the entire 18 channels. So I'm going to show you what I do when a job comes in later on. So I use the digital audio workstation I use is Logic Pro X 10.5. For my monitor speakers, I use the Yamaha YHS7, and I use the Focusrite sometimes when I go out on shows, and I use this Focusrite 2i4 Scarlett 2i4 to play click tracks, and sometimes I use it for my output monitoring in the studio. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what I do when a song comes in. Let's get to action, shall we? See you. Hey guys, so yeah, welcome back. So yeah, got a mail that I gotta play this song. Just a second. So, where are you? I actually loaded it up initially. This song.
Yeah! Big as you are, you sit in heaven, make the earth your footstool.
Nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is load up the song on my door. So I come to a new project. I open up a new project. Like I told you the other time, all the mics are sent to the mixer. So as you can see, if you can see clearly, you see that the mixer already the logic the DAW I'm using already identifies the mixer. So you see that in the audio input section you can put in from as much as 1 to 18 channels. So if I wanted all the 18 channels, but for the drums I'm only using 10 mics. That's from mic 1 to mic 10. So I'm going to tell the computer to load up 10 tracks starting from mic 1, starting from input 1 in ascending order, and then it loads it up. So when it loads it up, it means all the inputs can be seen. Now if I arm them for recording, you see that every one of them, you see all of them are getting signal from the mics on the drums. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is load up the track. I load up the track, I just drag and drop the track into Logic. Come on. So now this is very interesting. Sometimes if the track is well done by the person that sent the track, sometimes Logic can detect, or like if the track was done on Logic can easily detect the tempo without you asking it to. So the moment I wanted to drag the track, it told me that, hey, do you want to import tempo information? I said, yeah, please import the tempo information. Also, there are markers on the song. Do you want to import it? Yes, please import. You see, the moment I did that, it changed the tempo here. It changed it to 100. To confirm that the tempo of the song is 100, I'll just put on the click. I press K, the click will be on, and you will see that it will match with the song. Yeah. So, but if Logic doesn't do that, there's another thing we do, which is there's a plugin on Logic called the BPM counter. That's the beats per minute counter. So the BPM counter, if I load it on the track and I play,
Big as you are, you sit in heaven, make the earth your footstool. Good as you are, you went to pass.
sometimes it takes time.
I don't know if there is one God that can do the things that you do. All I know is that there's no mammon that can ever buy me your grace. I take this time to say that you are good. I take this time to say.
So after a while, it eventually detected 100. So, but I don't need you anymore, bro. Get away. Alright, so the next thing is to understand the music and then record to the song. So when I was listening, I felt
You are not only big, you are big and still good. You are not.
I felt, yeah, the song needs a big sound. Like the drums needs to be big, like big. So I felt, okay, maybe I should use my 12-inch and 10-inch tom, and then with the big floor tom. So I'm gonna rearrange the drums, and then I'm also going to retune the snare drum to make it a bit bigger than it currently is. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, let's do some selfie now. All right. I hope this doesn't distort on your viewing device. Okay, so the current setup I have is the 16th floor, 10th thumb, 8th thumb. So what I want to do now is make it 10, 12, 16. I'll remove this 8th thumb, and then for the snare. But let me fix the snare first, and then you will see there's a little trick I do. I've explained it a number of times to a lot of drummers. There's a little trick I do for my snare drum. You see the snare drum. This snare is kind of snappy, but I need it to be wet, and I need it to sound big. So what I do is I tune down some parts of the snare drum. So I'm going to do that in the next video. Okay, so this is my snare. Of course, I've dampened it with some stuff, some tapes actually. So what I want to do now is make it a little fatter than it currently is. So I have this. You could get the big fat snare drum wings, but I couldn't get it on time. I couldn't get it actually. They don't sell it in Nigeria. So I decided to cut one of my former heads, the heads that wasn't good. I decided to cut it, and then now you're gonna hear the difference now. Excuse me. As against this, see, this is a lot more controlled, but yet I still don't have the kind of sound I want. So I tuned down. I learned this from sweatwater.com. I tuned down the knob that is facing me. I tune it down, like I tune it down. You can see the snare is already sounding different. The other two knobs closer to it, I also tune them down a bit, just a little bit, so that it sound a lot bigger than it currently is. So yes, this sounds like the snare I want for that song. And then the next thing I'm gonna do now is remove this. I'm gonna remove this and put the 12-inch thumb there. Welcome back. So we have our so now I think I have the tune for the song now. And let me reduce, let me loosen up the snappy wire a little bit. So we can record our song now.
You are not only big,
so this is the song.
You are not only good, you are good and still good.
Oh, I think the intro came up again. The intro started coming.
Because you are.
So they had the intro, the first verse, and then I think the intro came up again.
You are not only big, you are good and still God. You are not only big, oh, you are big and still good. You are not only good, you are good and still God.
The intro came up again. That's good.
Jesus is your name, and you live inside of me. The things you do, the know me by my power. You raised me up when I should.
This place is gonna be bouncing, definitely.
Covered my shame forever. You are God. There is no other. time to say that you are good, Jesus. Take this time to say
you are not only
you are big and still
you are
good.
big and still
You are not only
you are
good.
not only good.
You are
You are
God.
good and still God. You are not only
Be
big.
good, God.
You are big and still good.
Yeah.
You are
Chorus
not
coming up
only
again,
You
yeah?
are good and still
you are good
God.
and still
You are
God.
not only
Oh, great. They repeated it again.
You are big and still good. You are not only good. You are good and still God. You are not only big. You are big and still
You are
good.
big and
You
still
are not
good.
only good. You are good and still God.
So I bow down to worship you, King of Kings. I love to sing glory, hallelujah. With this breath that you gave to me, I'll join the angels to sing glory and sing glory. Lord God Almighty, who was and is and is to come.
Yeah.
Holy, Lord God Almighty, who was and is and is. I think I have an idea. This kind of groove, because the bass was bouncing, so the basic groove for the song is going to be something like dim, dim, ga, dim, ga, dim, dim, ga, dim, ga, something like that. I'm just gonna take some time, practice the song, and then I'll record it and show you my recording. Okay, so I've practiced the song. And now I want to record it. So I've noted different sections of the song. Usually when I want to record, I'll turn down the speakers so that the output from the speakers will not bleed into the mics. But because of this video that I'm making for you, so that you can also reference the song as I'm recording it, I'm going to allow the speakers to to sound. So like I showed you the other time, I already loaded the track on the DAW and I'm just gonna record it now. I've also practiced it. So I have 4 bars before. So I think I'm just gonna play a little drum roll in the beginning. 1, 2. feel before the swap, I should have used the right cymbal instead. That's how I feel. But I'm just trying to show you the process. It's like you're thinking also, you're also saying, okay, what's gonna work best for the song, for different parts of the song. You don't want things that will be clashing with the vocals. You don't want, you want to keep the drum controlled as an instrument as a whole. So I may just redo that first section before the swap, when they came in at here should have been high on right cymbal, not open right cymbal, like, so it keeps the bounce quite alright, but then it is not crowding the music as this one would crowd the room. So I'm just gonna have to change that, and then we get to the mix. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we are done with recording the song. Now, before I put the song together to send to the artist, I need to clear, there was a point that we paused the song because I made a mistake. So I need to, merge it up together. So, if you note you see all these things, they call it the transients. When you note the transients, you know how to merge it up seamlessly. Like they won't even know that you paused. Yeah, I think this should work. Let's listen.
Everybody clap your hands like this. Yeah. Jesus.
You will know that there was a pause there, so that is cleared. So now, what I do, first thing I do when I want to clean up the drums, is that all the tracks I recorded the drums on, I put everything in a group, like a stack, so I can control of them with one button. Like,
Is your name and you live inside of me.
I could solo the drums alone.
Be by my power.
So that's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is I name the different parts. I know where every one of them is. So this is the kick, this is the snare top, snare top, this is the snare bottom, I have the hi-hat, I have tom 1, I have tom 2, I have tom 3, I have overhead left, I have overhead right, and I have room. So this is everything. So what I do next, after naming the different parts of the drum, the next thing I do is I do some volume balancing. From experience, I just know the perfect, or let me say I know the near perfect volume balancing. I know that the overheads and the room mic should go a little bit lower. I put them on like -9. I put the snare bottom on -12 or 13. I put the hi-hat on -14. Or sometimes 15. Like this music that the hi-hat is busy, -20. So let's listen now.
You raised me up.
You see, the drum is already sounding neater already. It's sounding neater already. So the next thing I do is I do the panning. So depends on how you want it to be viewed. From most of the time, I pan from the drummer's perspective. So like from the drummer's perspective, your hi-hat is by the left, tom 1 is by the left, tom 2 is somewhere by the right, tom 3 is by the right, overhead left, overhead right. So that's how I pan my mix most of the time. So I pan them just the way I just explained. Some people had pan their overheads. Well, everybody has different theories to it, but I don't add pan my overheads. I don't add pan my overheads, and then the room I put it in the center most of the time. This is not the most ideal of situations, but this is the most typical for my work, for my own setup. Yeah, you see the drum is already sounding like the way it's supposed to sound. So I'm not sure my snare was in phase. Now, when it comes to phase and polarity, that's an advanced stuff, but I'm not sure my snare was in phase. So you can read up on polarity. So I invert the phase of the snare. Let's see. Yeah, I think my snare was in phase actually. So I don't need the polarity. But sometimes I try to check to be sure that I'm in phase. Okay, that's by the way. So the next thing I do basically again is I just do some noise gating.
Oh, hi. Welcome back. Oh my God, Haiti was really, really going in on this topic. Sorry about that. There was a bit of, technical issues with all of that, and yeah, we just had to bring it back. But hope that session was very informative. Hope you guys could pick one or two things. We're diving straight into it, so there's no pulling back. Right now, I just need you guys to comment, what you thought about the session and also questions that you have for both Haiti, the team, everybody. Drop your questions in the comment section. Do that right now. We're going to be, answering questions. That was really informative. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, tell Haiti thank you. That was very informative. I also learned a lot just, right now. We're going straight into it. I'm going to be putting my brother next, Bomi. But please don't forget, drop your questions below. Drop your questions below. You actually want to ask these questions. Because after this session, joining us will be the great Uncle Dayo, the sound man himself. And then we'll be answering these questions live. But yeah, I was just told by Bomi that I was going to be playing a track live. And I just heard the track like now. And so I'm going to do it live. So don't judge me. And God sees my heart. I've not scored this track. And there's no time to score it. But please don't judge me. Pardon justice with mercy. Let God use your heart. Don't put it on Instagram. I'm joking. But yeah, we just want to really show you the behind the scenes of what many people don't show you, especially when they're doing session music. Some people think, people are 100% every day. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm sure IT is in the comment section saying, that's not true. But yeah, we're going to be showing you all of that. We're going to have to, I'm going to have to play a song live from the producer's perspective. So he's going to play the song live to you guys. We're both going to try and learn it. And then we'll see what we can do about it. 1 minute, please.
Hi guys. If you can hear me, let's just do this check quickly. Yeah, I hope you can see the slides. Yeah, so welcome to IMTD 2020. So we saw what IT spoke about. He talked about his setup, his arrangements, what he had to do for how he has to set up his drums, his tracks, and everything he does with his setup. So I want to appreciate Haiti for being a nice guy and helping us all the way from Ilorin, Nigeria. So my name is Shiji, and I'll be talking about the back end of session music and recording from the producer's perspective. Yeah, I think I've attended one. Yeah, I've been part of the planning for 2 IMTD sessions, and I've attended one physically directly there, and it was in the one in 2018 at Ogba, and the one in Festac. And I think we have to understand the full or the overall idea of what IMTD is about. The full idea is more than drumming. It's not just a nice catchy header, it's actually more than drumming. And it's good to talk about the importance of IMTD and it's good to know what it is. So I'm sure we learned a lot from Haiti. I'll be going into my session in a bit. So I just need to confirm a setup quickly, and then I'll be back with you guys in a few seconds. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry about that. We're just trying to fix up some things because we actually want to show you guys how it's done, like the behind the scene, everything. So we're trying to fix some things up together. And you know, that's life. But yeah, I'm seeing some questions here, and I'm sure Haiti is live here to answer those questions. So he's gonna definitely answer it. But asking what software, he mentioned it, you know, Logic. Check it up online, Logic Pro. Other questions, I will leave him, you know, to answer it when we all come live. You know, I'll leave him to answer it. Yeah, but please keep asking your questions, keep asking more questions. Sorry I couldn't welcome him, but ladies and gentlemen, that's Siji Ewedemi, the CEO of TuneUp Pro. He's a brilliant mind when it comes to stuff like this. This time around, man, you don't want to go anywhere. Like, he's a brilliant mind, trust me. You're gonna learn so much from him. I saw a question for me. I'll just answer this quick, and then I'll go back to Bomi. Just quick. What's my setup like? This is actually what I like using. I use a five-piece kit. I love 5-piece. I don't know, 6, 7. I play it, but this is my comfort. So I do 5, normal 10, 12, 16, sometimes 14. I use this. I don't know if you can see my snare now, but I'll show you guys later on. This is how I like my setup. Normally I love 2 crashes here, but I only have 1 here today. Then I love 2 splashes. Let me just quickly show you how this sounds. This is really trashy. I put up a stack, so it's like 2 splashes together. 1 8, 1 10. Yeah, I just wanted to have a stack there, and this is right, obviously. And I've got this ozone. The joy of the Lord is your strength. But yeah, apart from that, don't forget to put down your questions, and don't forget to follow me at Dami Alabi of Zion on Instagram, and at It's More Than Drumming on Instagram. There's going to be a live giveaway tonight. Don't forget. We're going to put it up. It's going to be 7 or 8 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to Bomi and let's drive in.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I'm back. Sorry, I had to quickly set something up. So yeah, I'll just quickly run through the slides, then I'll get to it. So what we're focusing on today, we have 5 major things we are going to be looking at today. Setting up your projects, building up your ideas when you have a track from scratch to finish, then the workflow execution. So when I talk about workflow execution, it's about how you plan and prepare your mind to follow up a project from beginning to the end. Then we're going to record drums. Like I said, I didn't tell Dami before. It was this morning. I just called him up and I was like, bro, we are recording a song live on IMTD. So he hasn't even heard the song and scored it. So it's going to be, we are being real with you guys here today. And then we'll take your questions and answers if there's going to be any of those. I'm sure you're already taking notes and keeping your questions ready. We have my big uncle, Uncle Dayo, that is going to be here to answer some of the questions you might have in more technical aspects. So I'll just try and run through this quickly. So yeah, I'll just start with these quotes from, said, be your own artist and always be confident in what you are doing. If you're not confident, you might as well not be doing it. So just be confident in whatever it is that you're going to do as a drummer, as a producer, as a musician, all around. Whatever it is that you put yourself to do, make sure you're confident about it. So next up, we'll be talking about setting up your projects. And there are four major things that I think are important to setting up your projects and making sure everything you do is intact. Naming your project itself, naming the files, naming whatever it is that you do, the time signature for the project, the tempo for the project, getting an ideal tempo for the project, and then the key signature in whatever you're going to do, which is very important. Choosing the right key for a song. Next up, we're talking about building your ideas. What I was going to do was going between tracks, but what I'll do now is I'll just quickly finish the slides and then I'll come back to this. And something that's very profound is something a friend of mine, Caleb, I already said, he posted it a few days ago on his story, and it's like, visualization is the foundation of every project. And why this is important is, apart from music, in everything that it is that you're doing, you need to, have a plan, have a picture of what you want to achieve eventually. If it's a house you're building, if it's a car you're buying, if it's a drawing that you're doing, if you're a musician, you want to do a song, if you're a drummer, if you're whatever you are, you need to have proper visualization and in what you're doing. So it's good to have a plan. And then continuing, as you said, beginning production without visualization is like going shopping without knowing what you want to buy. I mean, you either just go there and buy everything, or you go there and you buy nothing, or you just go there and you walk around the store. You know how some of our ladies, all our friends do. You just go inside somewhere. You don't have plan. You're like, oh, come here, go there. So it's good to have a plan. So that's what Caleb said. Another very important point I'd like to make is start simple. You can't start the project from the end. You have to start from the beginning and from the simplest things. So when you start out a new project, keep it simple. It helps you with speeding up your work and building the framework for the project. Little drops of water, little grains of sand make the mighty ocean. And that's a poem that many of us must have learned back then in school. Next up is workflow execution. Now, this is probably the most important part of whatever it is that you're doing, how you want to do your workflow. To be more practical, you can even start with something like you're doing mathematics and you have a question. You're not going to start from let's say you take the almighty formula for solving quadratic equations. You won't go and start from, so if you don't know what your ABC is, you're just going to end up wasting your time trying to find something that is not missing. So it's good for us to be able to understand the workflow execution. And it's good to clean up your workflow. What that means is, by the time you begin a new project, make sure you have all your tracks, your regions labeled, colored. Depends on how you work. These are not specific instructions or specific rules that you have to follow. No. There are things that by the time you do it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you find a system that works best for you. And even after you've done it for years, you might find out that eventually something might come up, or you come across something that will make you want to change or improve on that workflow that you're using. Start with a few good sound choices, basic things that you need. For me, what I do when I'm starting a project is, I do probably just get a nice loop for it. After I get the tempo, a nice loop that'll keep the groove going. I put in maybe the pads or something, pads just to get the chords, then maybe acoustic guitars, and then everything else comes up and it builds like that. Even sometimes after the whole thing is in code done, you find out that you have things you want to add again. So for recording, there are a few things that we need to do, but I don't think, just to save time, I won't go through all of this because Haiti has already done most of it. The signal flow, like he said, from the mics, well, it starts from your source, and your source in this case are the drums. So you start from the drums, you start from your signal flow point, which is your source, into your microphones, then into your interface, then into whatever you're going to use to record, maybe a computer, or into a recording hardware. Then routing your inputs. So it depends on what you're doing. So depends on, like IT has what, an X18, an XL18. So he had 18 channels. I'm sure he arranged them accordingly to maybe kick. He explained that he has kick, his snare top, his snare bottom. So if he now goes to his computer and he puts in maybe the snares on input 2 on the mixer, and again he goes to go and label snare and his input 18. You finish recording and you find out that nothing's recorded because you did not route properly. And another important thing is gain staging. So you have to set your gains and your level so that you don't have some things clipping when you have the files later on. Then 4 very important, and I think are the most important points to note in all of this. All the technical things can be done by you or it can be done by someone else. But the most important thing there is listening. That is number 1 point. I think is most. I tell anyone I speak to that listening is the most important thing. As a musician, as an engineer, sound engineer in this case, you must be able to listen and hear stuff and pay attention. Not just about hearing it, paying attention, which is what listening is basically. So when you listen to a track, we're going to do this practically in the next few minutes. Identify the key points in the music. Oh, is there any line? Is there a particular accent here? Is there any what we call syncopation here? Are there any things I need to take note that everyone is doing in the music so I don't feel isolated? And then you develop patterns for each section that you want to do. You have the verse. Okay, I have this pattern I want to do. You have another verse. You have this pattern you want to follow. You have another verse, you have another pattern you want to follow. So it's important you have all of that sorted out before you go too far. So we'll soon go into the recording. So the next thing is, or the final thing is, after you had all of this sorted, we are going to record. So we'll have Dami recording something. Dami, I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me, Dami?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get to it quickly. So I'll play the track for us in a bit. Yeah. So I'll just duplicate my screen. So let me check. Yeah, that's fine. It might be a bit small, but we'll manage. So I'll start from the very first thing I said, which is listen. I think I took here. So setting up your project, which was the first thing I said, you have to, have your project file name. So here I have the title of this one. Well, the song isn't named yet, but I gave it a title that I know I can remember when I'm looking for it. And if possible, name your project with the tempo of the song. So this one is 87 beats per minute, and it's in 4/4 time signature. And yeah, that's with the project. So building up your ideas now. So someone calls you up and says, "Oh, I have this song I want to do." Let me make sure this is playing. Okay, so that's fine. I'll turn off all of this quickly. So someone calls you up. Yeah, by the way, this track is this song was written by 1D. So for those of you that follow Tune Up Productions on Instagram, we did a giveaway a few weeks ago, and he was the one who won the giveaway. So this is the song that we are producing for him for that. So I'll just play a few seconds of the voice note he sent, and then just listen yourself and see if you can get any ideas on how to approach it.
The atmosphere is charged and we're waiting on you. Make tremendous power available. By our prayer and worship raised, we need you to breathe on us.
Yeah, so that's basically the idea for the verse of the song. And then the chorus is this.
We need heaven touching earth like the sound of many waters beat on us. We need heaven touching earth like the sound of many waters beat on us.
So that's the overall idea for the song. Because of time, I won't have to start going down into the breakdown for that. So I'll just quickly run through what we already have done. And a big shout out to Josh Samuels, who did the main arrangements for this song. He's one of our team members. So I'll quickly I'll start from the loop. Like I said before, that's a very good basis to start from. So first thing, you know that we have, your tempo is important. So this is what tempo we have for this song is. A second, then. So, yeah. So this is our tempo for this song. And in case you are not used to it, I'm using Logic Pro, so I might not have time to slow down. But of course, we are on a tight schedule here, so I'll just run through. And but these are things that you can explore on your own door. For those of you who use FL Studio, or you use Cubase, or you use Reason, whatever interface it is that you use. So this is the tempo we have for the song. So I'll quickly play the loop, the idea for the loop. And I have, the way I work most times, a singular loop may not be enough to, fill up the music the way you want to. So I have about, let me see, I have about 6 things or 7 going on here. Let me go to the fuller part of it, where all of them, yeah. So I'll play them one by one. So I have that going on. I have these shakers here. And there's a snap. And there's this topper that comes in as Apple loops on your Logic Pro. There's another topper again. So you see that without these ones, there's lots of space that is just hanging around. But with them, and then a few days ago, I found this one out and I added it to it. So now that doesn't mean I need all of them for the duration of the song. As you can see, for this first, from the intro up to the verse, there's only this first 4. And then by the time it gets to the chorus, it builds up into these. And then you have more build up. So that is it. So these are the loop, all the loop files together. Then I learned this from, like I said before, it's good to, plan and have an idea. So what I always do is I have this boomer I put, and it kind of introduces a next section. It just adds some different. There is it now. So it kind of like tells you there's a next section coming in. So it just adds some body to that. I'll just quickly move on a bit more. For the guitars, there are some acoustic guitars going on. So I have this session guitarist that I use for acoustic if I'm not recording them live. So we have the guitars there. And the main case itself. Then the part. So this is IMTD. Like I said, it's more than drumming. So it's not about the drum song. This is it from the producer's perspective. And I want us to just understand the idea because we're going to be recording drums very soon. At least for some parts, or to where time can allow us to do, so that you can understand how it is we're approaching everything we are doing. So I'll just quickly open up another project for where we'll record the drums on now. So if you have any questions, please, I'm checking and watching so I can answer any questions that might be there that you have. I'll quickly open up a new project now. So from working regularly with Dami, I already have a template I use for the drums that we use and the way we set up everything for what we are doing for our recording. So I'm just going to load up that template now, and to make it so much easier for us to fire down. Please ask questions. I like answering questions though. And we have our big uncle here to also answer some questions for us. So yeah, I'm just going to pull up the track quickly. Yeah. So I already exported it. And there's something IT mentioned earlier when he was talking about his own, is that if the file was properly exported, it asks you automatically for markers and for tempo information. So you don't have to stress yourself looking for the tempo, and then everything just gets set up for you. So I'll just play this quickly. sure we can all hear the click too. Dami, are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, so sorry I'm putting you on the spot, but I know you've been listening to it for the last few minutes. So let's see what we can do. Let's quickly do the line checks. So very important for you, so you can confirm if your routing is correct, is you do line checks. So that involves you checking each input source that you have and making sure that they are reading. So Dami, let's kick. Let me see if you can hear the drums. So you hear a lot of feeding from my mic, so I'll turn it off later. The snare. So you can see that the snare top and bottom are reading. Then your thumb, Dami, thumb 1, 2, and 3. Hi-hat. And then just play the full kit. So consider the overheads are also reading. Thank you. So very important. And then I've had questions from people that, you record and then the thumbs are picking the snare, or the hi-hat is picking the toms, or the kick is picking the cymbals. It's virtually is a natural thing that happens because those mics are not just for that particular source. So most of the signals you get going into that particular microphone is just for that source. So let's see what we can do in the next 15 minutes, because we have to jump on Zoom to have Uncle Dayo and everyone else connected. Yeah, so Dami, I think we can approach this. I'll play the track from beginning to end so we can hear it, and as you're at home, as you're watching, just try and get an idea, and then we'll see how we approach this.
was it? Yeah. I don't know if you guys listen to the track. I also listened to it. It sounds really good. From voice note to that. I've already picked out some parts, but I think I know where he's going.
Okay.
And first of all, let's listen to the intro like twice, and then we'll try track it. Let's see.
Yes, maybe we should probably just do the intro so you can.
Okay, we should just do the intro.
Just do the intro. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then let's listen to the intro. Coming, because obviously you can hear what the keys is doing. Yeah, not still ready. I think here is the part to come in. Then learn syncopation. Okay. Again, let's go again. So maybe here I'm just like more of like maybe ride movement, something like that. Then I go in here. Yeah. Okay. Producer, what do you think? I think.
Yeah, the drummer here, but let's see. What do you think? So you said you come in, you use the cymbals in this first part.
Yeah, I'll just go more on ride here. Maybe do a bit of cymbal, you know. We call it cymbal wash in the Lungus world. Yeah.
In the Lungus world.
Yeah.
Lungus way.
Then maybe here. Yeah. Because obviously you can hear that build.
Yeah, the build here. I think I put there's a timpani build there.
Yeah, I could hear that. So definitely that's where we're going in. Listen. All right, let's track it.
So let's see. Yeah, I'll just turn off the mic. So like it's once you have all your inputs sorted, yeah, it's easy to go. Dami, there'll be four bar counts in. Then yeah. So let me see. I don't like it. He knows I don't like it. Your mic, I can't hear you, Dami.
But that's the idea I have.
That was your own take.
Okay.
So I don't know what you.
Okay, so what do you want from me, sir?
No, it makes sense. But let's just like add more vibe to it. So let's try it 2 times and then we'll go on from here.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah, I think that was a better take. So I think the intro is fine. Let's hear what Dami played. Yeah, sometimes your DAW might have some latency issues, so make sure you check before anything. So I think this is delayed a bit. Yeah, so a few seconds behind, and it could be for any reason. So let's listen to that again. So I think we've been able to just show you basically what it is that goes on in this world of recording. Just the basics. Well, Dami and I, we always have a lot of back and forth when we are recording, so it's just normal.
They don't know.
You don't know what's going on.
But yeah, I like the idea of I like the song, to be honest, and I like the way the intro goes, and I just hope he was just joking about him not liking it. He's a liar. He likes it. He just wants more stuff in it. But I'm just listening to the track right now. I like the idea, and we just need to be careful. I like the idea. But yeah. Sorry, somebody's phone is playing something.
Yeah, so Dami, I think that was Uncle Dayo just came on the.
Sorry, hold on.
On the Zoom. Yeah, so I've been able to just explain briefly what it is that has gone on in the back end. Next up, we'll just have the Zoom, and we'll have Uncle Dayo and Haiti join us, and I'll have Dami join me here at the back too, so we can quickly. We'll just do this quick. Uncle Dayo, good morning, sir. Hi, join us. And I'll have Dami join me here at the back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Sorry, I didn't even know that you guys didn't put me on.
I've put you up already, sir. How's this period been easing out of the lockdown gradually?
Well, we can't complain. Sometimes it just makes you think back and just be happy for life, you know, reflective. Yes, exactly what I'm looking for. It makes you reflective.
Well, I'm not the host, so Dami, what questions do you have for Uncle Dayo?
Uncle Dayo, good morning, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the one and only Uncle Dayo. I call him Uncle D, the sound man behind many of these big shows that you've seen. First of all, Uncle Dayo, I want you to first sell yourself small. Because a lot of times, it's always behind the gig. But he's done the major arenas that you guys know. But most of the time, we don't even know who he is or what he is or what he's doing or stuff. So, Uncle Dayo, please, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
So, I find it very hard to solve myself. So, but I always start with that. I'm a father, a husband, Arsenal lover.
Arsenal. Chai. Uncle Dayo.
Businessman. I'm a solution provider. So I say to people, I'm more than a sound engineer. I just love to solve problems. So that's my mentality towards what I do. I've been privileged to work with a lot of people. I've stopped writing the people I've worked with. It's like having body counts. So
okay, that is too extreme. That one has passed. Then we have the younger ones. I'm young too.
Yeah, it's the younger ones that will. Wow, the younger ones. Once you grow, you just realize that there's no point in doing it anymore. So, yeah, but that's just the honest truth. Yeah, I'm just that regular guy on the street who's been opportune to be blessed, or who's been blessed to be able to work with some big stages, some big artists, and I still believe that as much as I'm a big artist, especially during this lockdown period, I've spent this period chasing a lot of upcoming artists, people that you've never even heard about. You know,
Yes, sir.
so it's kind of important to also grow with um, the guys who you think are gonna make it tomorrow, because especially for the guys in front, they have a very short career. For the guys at the back, we have a long career, but if you're fixated on the guys at the front, your career dies with the guys at the front.
Ooh.
Word.
Good day.
That one is
We
deep.
open church. Oh.
So based on what the focus is today about the back end of sessions and live, so like, you do some recordings. I think, yeah, a lot of questions have come up about DAWs. So I know when we were doing the Sound and Mind series that you did during lockdown, you mentioned having to, where you stopped using Logic for recording and you focus more on it. I think he said studio. I'm not sure if it's Studio One. He said,
So I either use Tracks Live
okay,
or Pro Tools.
or Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you stopped Logic?
Okay. Funny enough, I only just found out the reason why. But one of the things I noticed about Logic is you need a very good system to record with Logic.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a very good system.
Processor.
Yeah, processor and all them stuff and all that. And because I also run plugins live. So I run plugins live. I normally use two laptops if I'm running plugins. So one is running plugins, one is doing multi-track. But at the same time, I want the one doing multi-track to be able to be a backup to the one running plugins.
Okay.
So just in case that one fails, although your plugins are not running on the laptop, to be honest, your plugins are running on the DSP server. So, but just in case that one fails, there's something to kick in. I can quickly move to. So I don't want too much workload on my system while I'm multi-tracking. And then two is the worst thing that can happen to you is your recording stopping during the show.
I mean, I think the next laptop I want to buy now, I'm looking at.
I've come to realize that obviously Tracks Live, because it's very, very low processing, whatever it is, I prefer to use it just because of the processing. Obviously, even if I record on Pro Tools, let me tell you how bad it is. If I record on Pro Tools, I was going to mix, I have to move it to Logic. So people, guys in the industry will tell me I'm weird. Who records on Pro Tools and goes to mix on Logic?
Logic, yeah.
So for me, on the back end, I use Logic, but at the front end, I don't use Logic. But what I've now come to realize is someone now did mention to me that sometimes if you've got a very good system, you have to set Logic stops after about 2 hours plus anyway, by default. So I'll see if I can show you guys. So recently I was now told that I was having this conversation with a colleague, and he now told me the way to, I'm going to try and open Logic and see if I can share my screen with you and show you what the way to stop that happening, especially if you're recording very long hours.
Okay.
If you're recording very long hours, that's one of the easiest ways to do it, is to change that thing at the beginning of your recording. And that way it just keeps going.
Okay, so while Uncle Dayo is doing that, I'm just going to say, yes, we've got Uncle Dayo, we've got HiteeSticks here, we've got Bomi and myself. Thank you guys for still staying in here with us. If you've got any question now, you better ask. this is the time to ask questions. Me, I've got questions personally for Uncle Dayo. Let me just run my questions now, so he knows what I'm asking about. First of all, you did Burna Boy's show without in-ear monitors in an arena of like 20,000 people. I need to know the magic. Uncle Dayo, we can't hear you again.
Oh, he's here, I think.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Number two is what has been like in terms of miking and like what's been that one gig that you had to use like 100 mics and why?
So that I can take this screen off quickly. So let me just show you.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a bit on time. No, hold on. So when you don't do something regularly, nope. Oh, it has to be custom. Yeah. Because you're sharing screen. Right. Is it? No, it's not there. 1 second.
I have to do the customize.
Yeah, custom. That's it. There you go. Yeah, it's a key signature and project end. This one. So you key that in, right? And then you go in there and put something like 10,000.
Okay. So it opens up the full length.
It opens up
as possible
length.
for the.
Because if you don't tell it, after a while, Logic will just think, okay, you know what, this project is going on for long. I think this guy forgot to stop his recording. And then it just keeps going. So yeah.
Now over Sabi the worry Logic.
We have an international audience. So.
We're international, yeah. We don't speak pidgin English, bruv. Speak good English, bruv.
That can't go well with good English. You know?
So yeah, Uncle Dayo, let's quickly run 2 questions with you. Run 2 questions with Haiti, and then wait for people to ask their questions.
All right, so the first question is the Burna Boy thing. So I had a fantastic footage of my Juro on monitors. Someone that's been with me for about 4 years now. And a day before the last production rehearsals, Burna said, you know what, I feel as if I'm in a spaceship with these in-ears. And knowing the kind of person that he is, I didn't want him to throw a tantrum on stage. And I said to Juro, I said, we're going to scrap it. We're going to use wedges. And I was like, no. And then it wasn't just an arena. It also had a walkway into the. So, meaning he's going to walk in front of the PA. I mean, and once you walk in front of the PA, what usually happens is there's a delay. So the latency from the PA to your hearing point, it begins to input delay into it. Now, what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to music is a notes disintegrates the further you go away from it. So if you're playing a C at 440 hertz, the further you're going away from it, that C begins to become 438, 437, 436.
Okay, sir.
That's why when people are saying in the monitors, I can't hear myself. You can't hear the keys. The further you go away,
you're losing some frequency.
You're going away from the frequency disintegrates, and that way you can lose perfect pitch, but moving away from it. So this is the first time I'm sharing this. Right?
First time IMTD. Take note, everybody.
World class. First time.
In this. So Burna's vocals, we had 3 vocals for Burna Boy. I had his dry vocal, I had a processed vocal which had pitch correction on it, and I had to separate his vocal from all his tracks. From all the stems. So we had his dry vocal, his processed vocal, which went to a pitch correction, Waves Tune Live. And then we had his vocal from his original um, track. So that the point there was, if I felt it was going to be off, I slightly kick in the pitch correction to put him back in time. And the problem now is he's not a fan of autotune live. So we have to do it in a way whereby it's not too obvious to him that it's distracting him. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
That's one bit of it. The most tricky part of it is there's some songs that he doesn't sing to the original key of the song. So he's that kind of person that he wants to go to the next song. He just takes it, and the band, they know him already. Once he takes the song, they just flow into whatever keys that is using. So the problem here for me now is I've got to pick up my phone,
Find the key.
go on mini piano, in an 15,000 people, trying to quickly pick up the key that he's on and try and make sure that he's good. I'm not tuning him on F while he's singing on W flat and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that was a trick behind it, really. So a lot of people would think, fine, the artist gets the glory that he was singing in the arena without Inez, but that was a trick behind it. Which is why I said to people, so finding solution. The artist said he didn't want Inez, but obviously after the show, I made him understand it's never going to happen again.
Yeah, Haiti, you were saying something.
So, yeah, I wanted to ask Uncle something, that the problem you solved, can't a regular time delay of your, there's a way you engineers do time delay over a distance, can't it sort that problem? And if you time delay, it doesn't, will the frequency still drop?
The problem with time delay is it becomes fixed. So, this is the PA, and if this is the artist, and the artist is standing there for the duration of the show, I can time delay to suit the artist. But from an artist who is going to be here 1 second, here is moving. And then if you time delay too much in an arena is already a difficult room. It's already a difficult room in itself. So if you're not time delay, number one, even you that's mixing, you have a delay anyway because you're 30 meters away from the PA. So if you're not time delay again to meet before you understand it, once latency is going over 10 millimeters per second, it becomes audible to the audience. So yeah, so
makes sense. Thank you, Uncle Dayo. We just want to drive straight into it because of time. There's some questions here for you, Uncle Dayo.
So many.
I'll just ask it straight if we can answer in like 1 minute so we can move. Someone asked, do you think it's essential for sound engineers to be able to play an instrument?
So you need to understand what kind of sound engineer you are, right? You need to understand what kind of sound engineer you are. Let me share you a slide quickly. Sorry, I like to make things clear. So is this one? Okay, it's gonna come up a bit. Just give me a second. Nope. Yeah, this one. Can you guys see it?
We can see it.
Yeah. All right. So you need to know what kind of sound engineer you are. All right. So this is the few ones that you come across regularly. Are you a system engineer? Are you a mixing engineer? And so mixing is monitors, front of house, broadcast, studio mixing engineer, audio tech, acoustician, sound designer. So you see, as a system engineer, an audio tech, an acoustician, an RLD, you don't need music. But if you're going to be a studio mixing engineer or a mixing engineer for live, you need music to a certain degree. I'll tell you, one of my artists released an album recently, but before then she released some singles. And on one of the singles, I could hear the guitar was not tuned. Right? Was well mixed, perfectly mixed, sounded nice. The guitar was not well tuned. I had to inform them that, guys, before the album comes, because with iTunes now, you can go in and change a track even after you've uploaded it, depending on how your connection with iTunes is. And I said to them, the guitar is not tuned. That guitar is not tuned. This particular guitar, left band, blah, 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 blah. Can you guys go and get it fixed? Now, that's something a mixing engineer who's musically trained would have picked up before finishing mixing, before mastering, before mass production. You can't be making that's all I would call rookie error, you know. So music is very important. So if you're like a corporate sound engineer, you know those guys are just switch on 4 mics for your
Call them co in Nigeria.
Money though. Corporate sound.
Hello, choo.
Low 1 2. 1 2.
Your GM or your Access Bank AGM and all those things. Yeah, that's fine. You have have no need for music. But 2 people, especially when it comes to live, as a monitor engineer, as a front of house engineer, especially monitor engineer, a keyboardist tells you, my keyboard sounds dark. Now, there's no sound term meaning dark, but there's a musician's lingua, which is my keyboard sounds dark. Automatically, you understand what that person is saying. You know, Yolanda Brown, you guys know Yolanda Brown. She's saxophone.
Yeah.
Brown. If once you're walking, she goes, dial. My sax sounds
What does that mean? What does mean?
So my sax sounds I'm like, okay, all right, and I kind of feel you know, that kind of a thing. So that's it. That's my answer to that.
Okay, so yeah, thank you. We don't want to take much of your time. This is the last question, and then we're done with Uncle Daya, because Uncle Daya is a busy man. If you've got any question and you didn't ask, we're sorry. We brought Uncle Daya here for your rare privilege.
I'll still chill with you guys till you finish.
Okay, that's fine. Nice one. So Uncle Daya, what advice can you give to, because this is, in as much as we've gone wide today, I'll explain why we actually went wide with this clinic to people that are watching, because the normal thing is modern drumming. People know is we'll come, we'll do. But let me not lie, music is bigger than that. And if I just come here every year to just show you do, I'm deceiving you. So I'm trying to show you the real essence of being a musician, live musician. This is what it is. If you've just been in your church playing one time, start thinking big. You need to become a session musician. You need to, when you're playing tours and stuff, you need to know these things. But Uncle Daya, what's that advice you're going to give we as drummers? Now we're bringing it back home to drummers. Playing live or session, what's that advice you're going to give to us? And what are some essential things? Essential, Jesus, my English. What are some essential, oh, Jesus. Oh, Yoruba Nijari.
It's needed.
What are some essential things that we need to know as drummers to achieve a better, should I say a better outcome with the sound engineer? Because take for instance now, many drummers don't even know when, you know, I need mid or something. They don't even know any of that. Like you said, a lot of drummers now, they're like, especially in Nigeria, they will be like, that snare, he's not deep. I want
Snare.
And it's not doing fine.
With the treble. Snare.
I won't fine. So we just need to know what are these things. Yes.
So my advice to anyone, and this goes across any way of life, is you can have a gift and not have knowledge of the gift. So you can have a gift and not have knowledge of the gift. So let me get a bit biblical here, right? So when you hear about Samuel and Saul, and when Samuel was going to anoint Saul, it says they're looking for his father's lost whatever animal, and it says as you're going, you will meet the sons of the prophets on your way. Now, the sons of the prophets is the temple kids, boys who are going to study prophets, as in school of prophets. That's what the sons of prophets are. So the school of prophets. So they have a gift of prophecy, but they still have to go to school of prophets. So the major thing here I've seen with a lot of people is that they believe that talent is everything. Now, if you have talent, go and learn about your talent. So you're a drummer. There's nothing wrong with you learning about the history of drums, learning about the types of drums, I know a couple of drummers that are very good, but can't even tune their drums. Because all they can do is they can play, they can do 16 beats in 1 second.
I want to share drag.
They can do 16 beats in 1 second. Keyboardists who there's a keyboardist I work with for top band, yeah. And I was saying to his MD a few days ago that almost every gig we've done, I've had to mute his keyboards on the front of house. Yes. And I'm not kidding here. Almost every gig we've done, I've had to use the keyboards in the front of house. You know why? Because it distorts. It distorts. And it's usually, so it's a Yamaha problem. If you don't change the gain on the Yamaha keyboard, I'm sure those of Siji might understand what I'm talking about here. I don't think it happens on the montage. No, actually it does on the montage.
I think it's most of virtually all Yamahas.
Yes, so they have that problem. So now the problem here is this is a guy who loves Yamahas, but has not taken his time out to go and study what a Yamaha is all about. What's the pros of Yamahas? What's the cons of Yamahas? What's the, that's just a major thing for anybody, be that a drummer, understand hi-hats, understand, I was listening to, this is HiteeSticks.
Hitee.
It was describing his cymbals, about the weight, dark, and, because there's a tone he wants to hear. But if you don't go and understand those things, you just pack cymbals, just put it on, you just think, you would never be identified with something. You will never be identified with something. I'll give you my own personal experience. I never went to sound school. I was just a music guy, just enjoy music. And the moment I had the opportunity, my father never wanted to do music. So I wanted to go to music school. But African parents, my father you call musicians Alabi. Those of you don't even understand Yoruba. Family of chartered accountants, medical doctors, and you want to go and study music. So I ended up studying chemistry. And the moment I came into this country and started myself out, the first thing I wanted to do was go back to uni. I just wanted to go back to uni to go and study what I wanted to. But by that time, I was already doing this. I was already known. And I met a few people who had gone to SAE.
Yeah, SAE.
I met a few people who had gone to SAE, but I then realized that, not to throw shades at SAE, but most of them I knew more than them. So I felt maybe I needed to go to the next level. And that was when I decided to, I'll go and study media and business. Because I wanted to take me as a person, what I was doing as a person, to the next level. And to be honest with you, that's the best decision I ever made in my life, apart from marrying my wife. So, you know, stop watch whatever you're doing. There's a gift which is given to you by God and cannot be taken away from you. But if you have a gift, go and learn everything about your gift.
Makes sense. Thank you so much, Uncle Dayo.
Thank you, sir.
Uncle Dayo, please help us put in the comments. Help us thank Uncle Dayo.
Everyone, please.
That's a boss. So please, thank Uncle Dayo for us. So thank you so much,
Thank
Uncle
you, sir.
Dayo. Thank you so much for having us. Like I said, IMTD we created a platform to network as musicians. So you all can go follow him on Instagram now at Tola. We're gonna put it there. Don't let me talk too much.
Everyone thinks your name is Tola.
So
You can call me Tola. So
yeah,
it's
T Oladen. I think he's gonna write it too. So please go follow him, ask him questions. He's okay. Let's leave that. But everything you were saying, I really liked it because even this guy here and this guy down here, like I know them. One thing they did was work on this gift that they had. That's Haiti and Bomi. A bit about Haiti. Haiti is based in Ilorin. It's so
I
weird.
heard when you introduced him earlier.
He's based in Ilorin, but we can't say some things because we're brothers like that. But I know where his drumming has reached in terms of drumming, and it's because when he got to that level, he could discuss with these top men on a very understanding. You can't be discussing with top men and be saying, so the rim on my this thing, there was no, you can't. Those are terms. They will not look at you like, are you bluffing? Like what you saying? So I liked when you said, there's a gift, but you need to go and learn. Like these two guys are real examples of people that have put in work and they didn't even study it. IT Kilo study in school again. What did you study again?
Elect me. 5 years of engineering.
And Bobby, what did you study again?
Computer science.
Computer science.
5.5 years applied chemistry.
Wow.
Chemistry, long.
So I'm not even saying this thing. I studied industrial physics, electronics, and IT applications, first degree. I studied digital marketing, masters. So I'm just saying it to let you guys know that all of us were educated, but we're still doing this. Yeah. So it's definitely possible. I get a lot of questions in my DM or my email, and people are like, "So how did you combine school with music? Is it possible? My parents want to kill me. My father, yes, he almost disowned me, but let's leave that. That's for another day."
You can never say no. I finished another master's last year.
Yeah. So Haiti, you've got some questions with you. Please, can you just answer them and let's move.
Well, have you sent them to me?
Oh, there's a question for you. Let me just read it.
Yeah.
He said, "Daddy Haiti, sir."
Okay, please.
Daddy Haiti, sir. When you talked about panning,
there we go.
Won't panning left and right, let's say, too much affect the way it sounds? So I think person is saying the panning left and right does not affect how it sounds in the ears. So just explain panning.
In layman terms, it shouldn't, because the idea is you have 2 ears. So definitely, we have mono, we have stereo. What you hear every time is kind of naturally stereo. So if because all the inputs on the recording are mono inputs, mono as in 1 mic per input. So what you want to do is let it have a natural, feel. So it won't sound in the middle of your head. Like it will sound like you are there, like it's around you.
Yeah.
So that is why we use panning. And like when you're looking at the drums, like if the drums is facing you, for example, the hi-hat is going to be by your right. The some cymbals will be by your right, some will be by your left. So the idea is just to recreate natural occurrence, like as if you are there with the drummer. Yeah. That's the basic idea, but it's a lot more complicated than that, because when you do some stereo, I talked about phasing and polarity. By the time you do some panning, if you're not careful, you might lose some information. Some things might go out of phase and all of that, but that's not basic anymore. But the basic idea is just for you to have for it to feel natural to you listening to it. So it won't, and then just to balance things up. Yeah, that's just it.
I think just to add to that, one way I always explain panning is, before we even outside music, you are walking on the road. when the car presses its horn on your left-hand side, you will know it's on your left. You don't hear it in the middle of your head. Or a car is coming.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I say listening is very important. For me, when I watch movies, and if you pay attention to movies, you know when a car is driving from one side or someone enters from somewhere.
Your back, Seth.
So it's just this natural thing that God has put in us. So if you listen to music only in mono, I'm sorry for you, but if you can get good headphones and start listening and paying attention to, like Uncle Dayo said, if you didn't know that guitar was on the left and was this, you just say, oh, go and look for the guitar that is not tuned, and there might be 50 guitars in the song, but because you could place the position, to be easier to find it. Height, another question for you from Okweoluwa. The person is asking about in-ear monitors. How do you set up your IEM system?
Well, I don't have a special setup. I just use the phone output from the mixer. The mixer has a phone output, yeah. And what I just do is, for the mixer, you can route what you want to get into the phone. You can have a separate mix for the phone output. So for the mix I use for the phone output, I make sure the track that is playing back is louder than every other thing. And in my ear, I still put the drums in my ear so that I can feel myself when recording.
Yeah, Dami and Haiti. Okay, let me Dami.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Put the drums in your ears. Is it just me? I don't like putting
Dami
drums in my
like
ears.
He hates it. I don't know why.
I didn't like it before, but there was a time I went for an event and then this guy did a very nice mix for the ear. I was like, dude, can you give me this mix? What are we talking about? It's even older now, Ubani.
Yeah.
When we came, I brought my mixer for the last time.
Yeah.
So I had him save the setup for the mix. And then when I go back home, I edited it. Especially the overheads. I love hearing them.
Oh, that's true. I used drums in my ears for last year IMTD. That's true. It's the guy behind the sound that is the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I've come to realize with most drummers is experience. So when it comes to ears, and I say to people, if you're using anything in ears, if it's a sound engineer that you trust, fine. If it's an engineer that you don't know or you don't trust, my preference, our advice to people is use personal monitors. Personal monitors. So the truth is, guys, as a musician, as an artist, as a sound engineer, your ears is your money. So
make them no go spoil that.
It's not just spoil your ear for you.
Look after it. Whatever rocks your boat, really, whatever rocks your boat, do it. But also make sure that you do it with people that you trust.
Haiti and Dami,
Yes,
how do you recommend stick sizes? That's the next question from Timmy Lane. Dami, stick sizes.
We're quite similar, so IT, you understand. No, okay.
Well,
yeah.
Well, recently, like Uncle said, experience is very important. Experience is everything. You may put theories on ground, but by the time you have some experiences, you will doubt your own theories. Initially, I used to like sticks that are heavy on the tip, like they are heavy towards the tip. I used to like those kind of sticks, but later I found out that I actually like bigger diameters. So when I'm recording, like if I'm recording a song that I need to be stable, I need to bounce, I use sticks that have diameters that has large diameter that are thicker, like 5Bs, or like for horn sticks, 5B -5 sometimes. But when I have a performance that I'm going to move around a lot, I use lighter sticks. I cannot come and kill myself. Nobody cares if you're using a lighter stick or a heavy stick, as long as you're sounding good. So, but for practice, I know a lot of drummers say, okay, use heavy sticks for practice. That's fine, but I advise use the sticks you normally use to perform to practice. Get used to your stick. Have a relationship with your stick. Like, you guys should talk, understand each other, and then know your tolerance with the sticks. Get familiar with the same stick you normally use to perform. That's my own theory. Kind of works for me. Done.
What do I use? I had my signature series, or I have. Both hard and half. It's 5B, a bit like not too big, not too small. I like it, like you said, heavier down and then lighter up. But with time, I started realizing something. It's weird. I'm wired in a weird way, so don't ever copy me. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I use two different sticks nowadays. Even while we were playing now, it was two different sticks. So on my left, I use a very heavy stick. I use like an extreme 5B. Why? Because I learned this from Dave Werkel. He said a normal person, if you're right-handed, you want to use the heavier stick on your right hand and then the lighter one on your left because you can't really do much. But to train yourself, you need to use the heavier stick on your left and the lighter on your right. So train your left hand. And that's what I started doing, and now I've gotten so used to it. So now I'm using the heavier stick on my left hand and the lighter one on my right. So I use two different sticks now. I just mix them together. That's what I do now. But yeah, for, like you said, when we're tracking here, if we've got songs that, like there's one guy, me and Bomi, called the wedding guy. So he just sends us wedding songs to track. And come on, do you want to be doing bag? Sorry, so it's just simple. The guy just wants touches.
Yeah.
So we just carry light stick. We do the work. Yeah.
Yeah, so next question is from Ima. Okay, that's for me. It says, is there a specific reason why I use Logic? There's no specific reason. I've come around to using. I used to use FL when I had my Windows laptop, but it was just, I never got a hang of FL somehow. I just never. That's part of why I got my Mac, and since then I've been using Logic. Next question. Oh, they like the track, Dami. He said they want to get, whenever Dami finishes recording the drums, we'll get the track. There's this question from SB Music Group. So, Bomi, do you allow the drummer to decide, or you say what you want him to play? It depends on who the drummer is. And I think with Dami, it's more of a discussion, like how we do. That's just how we do most times. Even if it's not my track and it's his own track, it's just we play the song. This is what I feel. This is what you feel. And then in the middle of the song, another idea can come. I'm like, no, stop, delete everything. This is the idea, I think. Okay, record the two of them and we'll go back and decide. But for me, if the person that is playing is not happy with what I'm telling him to play, he might not put his mind. So it's just good to have that chemistry. Like, okay, what do you think? What do I think? Wait, let's find the sweet spots for it. That's just how it works for me.
Sorry, Bumi.
Yeah.
Let me add a little. It is always an advantage if you really, really know your stuff. Even if the producer says, okay, this is the way I want to go. If your idea is better, nobody shies away from a better idea.
Yes.
So it's important that you really, really know different genres, understand when you hear a song, have an original feel that can just work perfectly for the song from the start, at least for you to start building from. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Uncle Dayo, this one is for you. Do you think artists need to understand sound engineering lingo?
It's like saying, do you think every patient should understand a doctor lingo?
Uncle Dayo. Some lingos can give the patient heart attack.
So you get, and then you tell your doctor and say, "Oh, I'm feeling this thing in my heart," and and the doctor said, "No. You should use the exact word. It's cardiovascular."
We die here.
Artists and everybody begins to understand what you need to do, then you're no longer relevant.
Yeah.
So
You just need to have like an idea of how to explain what they want to say.
So you know when you've got a headache, when you need to go and see a doctor, and when you don't need to see a doctor. But you have an idea that there's a doctor somewhere. So if you've got now you now know there are different types of doctors. It's for children, your pediatrician, your cardiologist, your this and that. So that's the same thing. But for me, I normally say, every sound engineer, if you're a sound engineer out there, your first thing in your head is that you're a solution provider. And these guys are coming to you for a solution. I did a training with a couple of people on Wednesday, and I said to them that if you understand the fact that Shiji is the producer, you spent ages. Let's just take it, for example, the stems you did. Imagine that's for a Sunday service in the church on a Sunday service, right? You've done all the stems. You prepared on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yep. You've done all those stems, and you now wake up on Sunday and go and after you've prepared, you guys have rehearsed. You are sounding like angels in rehearsals. And your sound engineer decides that he doesn't like the loop you are playing in that track, decides to turn it down, or this guy is what's it called? His cymbals is annoying him, or Zion did not greet him on his way into service that morning, so it was beefing Zion. Everything you've done for the week
is a waste.
Dependent on just one person. Lights can go down in church. The screens can go down in church. But the moment sound goes, that's the end of service.
True, sir.
So that's my opinion. So you just let people that are doing music stick to music. You that are doing sound, stick to your sound.
Thank you, sir, for that. Dami, you have a question for, I think this person knows you. Said, Dami, why don't you like six-piece drums? 2 floor toms, 16 and 18. That is from Samuel Bella.
Can you imagine your artist asking you, why don't you like playing this? But bro, I play for you. Why you behaving like this? Why don't I like 6-piece? It's cause, number one, I found out a lot of times, I'm just going to be biased here. If it's not the DW Master Series or the top range of drum kits, I find it, especially like that 14, there will always be something happening there. It's either the drum head or the shell, or there's one screw loose inside. People, I'm sure if you're a drummer, you know this. Every church I've played in, when you have 14 and 16, that 14,
something's wrong with
something will, IT, am I lying? Even IT's drum, I saw one time that he packed his 14. That 14 floor
I turned my 14 to table.
That floor top, there's always something wrong with it. So I don't want to be wasting time, doing tuning up and down. Back when I was in uni, yeah, we used to use 6-piece and everything. That's because the kit was really solid. But now, man, everybody just, once you see 300K, sorry. Let's continue.
Yeah, I think the next question is related to sizes too. So how do you walk around playing different genres if you have just one kit and your sizes are like fixed? IT
is a good example for that.
How do you walk around like achieving different sounds with the same kit that you can't really switch things around? Yeah.
I play around the tuning.
Tuning.
Play around the tuning, like I did in the example I gave. This my snare. It has played different kinds of because I don't have a wide variety of snare drums. I have just 2 snare drums, so I have to make the best of it. And another thing I do is, of course, engineers do it a lot. When I see that I can't achieve that sound from my raw drums, I replace the drums after I record.
So. Okay.
It's Caleb. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I learned that from Caleb. The final question here, I think I have an answer for it, but I'll let Uncle Dayo answer. I said, I have serious issues with my sound engineer in church. We've got great equipment, but poor sound. I have complained, but nothing is being done. It's frustrating. What can be done, Uncle? Before I give Uncle Dayo, contact us, Hepzibah Pro. Just contact us. We'll solve your problem wherever you are in the world.
Are you in the UK, in Nigeria?
IBK Drums, are you in the UK or in Nigeria? Just put in the comment section.
Put in the comments, then we'll take it from there.
We'll take it from there.
Business proposal. But yeah, IBK Drums, that's a very good question. And that's...
Sincerely speaking, okay. Drums. I have a material which I call Your Church and a Sound. right? Which is like a 3-hour session material. And trust me, it's not just a flick of a button. It's not just a flick of a Nigeria. It's not just a flick of a button. Oh, shame. Well, airports are opening next week on the 5th. So
We can send some people to them.
no. I'll go.
You go.
Uncle, let me represent you now.
IBK Drums, please send a DM to Dami on Instagram.
Send me a DM on D4C_Zion Boy, and then we'll take it from
This
there.
is the issue, yeah. And no shades, no pun intended. I've heard so many people say we have great equipment, but the sound is that. But the truth is, what do you call great equipment? You understand where I'm coming from? What do you call great equipment? So let's look for it as an example, right? Formula One drivers, how come they don't drive normal cars? You know,
It's not still speed. It's just speed now.
you understand where I'm coming from? How come they don't drive?
Speed though.
How come they're always improving? The cars they use this season, they have to improve on it the next season, you know. And then you need to understand. I'm speaking on behalf of every volunteer sound engineer out there. Is that, and I said to pastors, I always share this with pastors. I said, these guys are volunteers. They are not professionals. So the worst thing you can do to them is give them equipment that's not good enough. So you church sound engineer is stubborn. So you give them equipment that's not good enough, right? But this is the issue with that. The honest truth about that is you might see those equipment as being world class, but they might not be. Because you bought a microphone for £500 doesn't mean that was the microphone that you needed. So a pastor sees TD Jakes preaching on TV. He's got a lapel mic and goes on Sunday and says that people should raise money to buy lapel mic because TD Jakes uses lapel mic. He wants to be using lapel mic, right? But you're forgetting the fact that behind that lapel mic, there's so much doing more work behind the lapel mic. There's a mixer, there's a paid world-class sound engineer behind his desk, and so many things like that. So what you now realize is that you now say sound engineers are stubborn. You already put the guy in a very tight corner. The only way he's going to react is to back. Because most of the time, they are not given the right tools to work with. That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
It's a very broad. Unfortunately, IBK, I know I'm pretty sure I didn't answer your question, but I did. Maybe it's not what you wanted to hear, you know. So, but that's the honest truth about that. But it's like Zion said, send him a DM, hit him up, and then they can find a solution for you.
Yeah, this maybe Dami or Haiti can answer this. Okay, IT. I'm a drummer and I have a real passion for sound. What advice would you give me on the gears to get? I tend to have a drum room. So I think the person wants to set up where he or she can be recording like at home. Haiti, I demand for that.
The same thing. Haiti, no need to answer. DM me, I will link you up. Go
Well, yeah, really. I think just to roughly can actually just do research and IT.
Yeah. You can do some research. Bear in mind, you're gonna spend money. So don't have that. Like you have to view it like you're investing in a major business. It's not just you look for one drum like that. No, you spend for your drums and cymbal alone. You'll be spending about ₦1 million if you want to have good quality. But if you just want to start, you and you want to start small, I can give you a list of things you can get, kind of, but you won't get the kind of quality that people are starting from.
Yeah.
So
Dami, what is the difference between a session musician and a regular musician?
A session musician is a musician. All session musicians are musicians. Not all musicians are session musicians.
Asha.
Quality.
It's quality. It came from within. Rano Kede. Let's be serious.
Lewandowski.
So, but yeah, I used to, to be honest, I didn't really start playing session properly till this year, right?
Yeah, this year.
So all this while that I've been deceiving you that I can record drums. You didn't
The
really
first one was that 2018. One of the first
Leave all
ones.
those
That
things.
was
So it took like session musicians, to be honest, let's just say they pay attention to what you as a live musician will pay attention to. Because take for instance now, IT and I, we always discuss a lot. I learn a lot from him. Forget the fact that he's from Ilorin or anything. In fact, in terms of session music, he put me on session. He always, like we always talk about the fact that when you're playing a radio track, boy, you're so used to playing in church, then do you hear them play on your radio like how you hear them play in church? Imagine you're hearing like maybe a karaoke song or something, and he has this boom, dum, dum, dum. A normal church guy, especially we Nigerians, Shedrack, within that 8, you just said, my brother, you are fired already. Because I'm listening to radio in my car. I want to keep nodding, keep me going. What's
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, I've said it in the beginning. A session all session musicians are musicians, but not all musicians are session musicians.
I think that summarizes it. This one is from Kudayo. Your material about church and her sound. Yeah, send him a DM on Instagram or
You go to thesoundmind.co.uk, you find your name.
The soundmind.co.uk, they're going to put it down in the comment section.
.co.uk.
She's in it. She's in
The,
it.
the Sound Mind.
Yeah, so they're going to put it down now. Please go there right now
And you can
to
get
know more. Yeah.
access. Ajayi Temitokbo, you want to learn from Haiti. Haiti, you have a student too. Yeah, just contact Haiti. You'll sort you
And we're
out.
going to put Haiti's Instagram handle right now, HiteeSticks. Message him how to set up in-ear monitoring system. We answered that. We've done that. We've done that. Yeah. Can you just finish this session?
Yeah, so thanks to everyone that has joined this discussion. Uncle Dayo, thank you. Is there any summary you want to just give us?
Advice, anything?
Any advice?
No, guys, keep doing what you're doing. And if anyone is watching here, see, let's break the mentality, especially as we Black people, where nobody can learn from us and we want to monopolize knowledge. You know, what these guys are doing is fantastic. So when Zion called me, I didn't even think twice about it. Let's share knowledge. Let's share knowledge. Everything we know today, somebody else taught us. It could be your teacher, it could be wherever it is. What you learned today, share with other people. Don't think you're going to become tomorrow and go and use it to go and pose in your church on Sunday, tomorrow in church, you know, but just share knowledge.
Yes,
And
sir.
then please tell Zion Boy to send my t-shirts
Zion boy, you said
My-
you send t-shirt too.
and my son's CD.
Yeah,
wife-
I will.
He will, sir. He will. Thank you so much, sir.
For having me. Thank you so much. I'm honored for the call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I think we are coming to the end of this. Dami will be with you guys shortly. I don't think I even have much to say again. Just to round up, I think we've treated all the questions we could get. And I'm not sure if there are any producers here. So I think we've done the questions now. So if there are any producers, there's a small community of producers that I've been putting together. So just send a DM to Tune Up Pro UK and you'll be in touch just to share ideas and we do meetings regularly just to discuss what it is that we've gone through during the week and all that. So that is all from me. Thanks for joining us, and Dami, over to you.
Thank you to Bomi. Thank you to IMTD, Smart and Drumming, for putting this up together. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys. Just a brief one before we leave. Don't forget, tonight we're going to be having a live giveaway session on Instagram. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do like a talent show kind of thing. So you show us what you have, or you show us what you got, or rap for us or something, or you can play drums on your pad if you've got a pad at home, and then we'll know what to give you. But like I said, we have drum bags, courtesy sticks and snares. We've got drum bags, drum head, drumsticks to give out. Courtesy my companies that's both for us, Code Drumheads and Cosmic. We've got some things to give out. We'll be giving all of that out today, and then we've got little token, not anything serious. But let's just make it a fun night. Like, follow me on Instagram at Dami Alabi of Zion, and follow It's Modern Drumming at It's Modern Drumming, and then follow all the guys like Uncle Dayo, Bomi, Haiti. Make sure you follow them. But guys, let's meet. Sorry about that. Let's meet tonight on Instagram for the giveaway. And before I leave you guys, don't forget tomorrow, we've done the back end today. Tomorrow is the drum showcase. We've got, oh Jesus, let me catch my breath. We've got Benjamin James of the Cavemen. If you guys know the Cavemen, they just released a new album. We've got Benjamin James on it. He's gonna be doing one of their tracks live for us. We've got Samson Durojaye, that's the drummer of Mike Abdul, and he's played for many other guys. He's a great guy. We've got Victor Mosugu. I'm sure that's not new to most of you guys. Victor Mosugu is the official drummer of, let's just say, everybody. Official drummer House on the Rock. We've also got Shaba, Shaba Lee. We've got Shaba HiteeSticks, the official drummer of Dari Justified, the energy god, that's what we call him. Last but not the least, we've also got Haiti, performing tomorrow. So tomorrow is more about drums, performance, and then life lessons. They'll be showing us one or two things to learn. You know what is happening on this same YouTube channel tomorrow, 7 p.m. Do us a favor, you need to share this with everybody 7 p.m. tomorrow, like on the dot, it's gonna start. 7 p.m. share with everybody that and then there are more informations packed for tomorrow. Tomorrow is really packed. 7 p.m. Share this YouTube channel. Subscribe. All of you watching, you need to subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Don't forget, we're having a little bit of, yes, but I'm coming back to your face now. So don't forget, tomorrow, 7 p.m., subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Dami Alabi of Zion, at It's Modern Drumming. I just want to say thank you to everybody that was a part of it. Thank you guys so much. I just need to answer 3 questions now. I see they're directed to me. Please, sir, I need mentorship at Dami Alabi. Yes, send me a direct message on Instagram and then we'll talk about it. That's so fine. How can we get the breakthrough DVD? Send me a DM also. But if not, just send me a DM. I'll give you the number to call in Nigeria, and then you get, the breakthrough DVD tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't miss tomorrow for anything. 7 p.m. this same YouTube channel. Subscribe. Share this link with everybody tonight. Tell them what's going to happen. Tomorrow is Modern Drum, and the drum showcase is happening, and we've got the main guys on it. You will be blown away, trust me. Thank you so much to the guys behind this. We've got the Grace Kemi, Like I said, we've got Tune Up Pro. Thank you so much to my sponsors, both for us, Code, Cosmic, Josh Alake, Sticks and Snare. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being a part of IMTD. I'm just gonna leave you guys right now. I'm sure you guys had a great time. I did. In fact, I just need to go home and go and chill and then listen to everything back. But yeah, like I said, subscribe to this YouTube channel, share this page. See you guys tonight for the giveaway on Instagram at Dami Alabi of Zion or at It's Modern Drumming. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. See you guys on this same channel, Dami Alabi of Zion. Tell someone to tell someone. And yeah, Zion Breed, thank you guys so much too for sponsoring this. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. Stay blessed, remain blessed. Have a blessed day. God bless you guys. Signing out, Dami. Thank you so much. It's Modern Drumming.